Hi guys, a founder of the highly influential conservative Home has jumped ship and joined Nigel Farage's Reform UK. Now, while most people won't know who Tim Montgomerie is, I have featured him in the past a number of times. His defection, while on the surface may not mean much, it should sound alarm bells within the Conservative Party. Tim has over the last number of years been a sort of unofficial face of the Tories, providing a sort of members' critique of the leadership. He was of course a special advisor to Boris Johnson, but later perhaps seen himself as something of a kingmaker via his Conservative Home website. Now, while the defection did seem somewhat out of the blue, the signs were there. Here he was some months ago discussing the influence Nigel Farage has.
I just want to say I don't understand how a vote for Nigel Farage is a protest vote, because everything the Tories are doing right now has been in part directed by Nigel Farage and his pressure cooker over that. He's been in politics since the 1990s, pushing these single issues again and again and again. Before Brexit Party it was UKIP, before Reform it was Brexit Party. He's constantly banging on immigration. The Tories are backed into a corner on their migration policy because of Nigel Farage, and then he gets to come along and you say this is a protest vote. It's not a protest vote. You're voting for the same thing again and again and again. It will never be enough. First it was Brexit, and no, that wasn't actually delivered properly, and then now it's going to be the ECHR. When will it stop? He will never be satisfied because he is a constant wrecker. And the idea that he is going to deliver what's best for Britain when he and Reform have no ideas beyond this single issue, they have no coherent ideology, is actually laughable. It's upsetting. Our infrastructure is rotting, and he's here talking about votes.
Let Tim respond, and then I must move on.
I'll tell you when it will be enough. When we have controlled immigration.
Do we not have control? We took control back.
The Conservative Party have promised control of immigration.
What more do you want, Tim?
I want more than a promise.
You need to be realistic.
I want delivery. And that's what
delivery has ruined this country.
Let's talk about whether delivery is possible.
Delivery is not possible because Nigel Farage is not interested in delivery. So why did Tim Montgomerie join Reform UK? I think because he's a political opportunist. He sees an opportunity for himself in Reform UK. Now, it could be related to money. There have been allegations that Andrea Jenkins was bribed to join Reform UK. She has yet to deny the allegation. Lee Anderson, some years ago, was talking about how Reform UK were trying to pay him to join. Then he joined Reform UK, and there was no mention about any money after that. Now, I don't know if this is down to money, but it could be political opportunism. But the Conservative ship is sinking. Tim Montgomerie probably understands that. Things are not going to improve under Kemi Badenoch. The party is rudderless. It can stand on nothing. There's no platform that the Conservatives can stand on. They can't talk about immigration because when they were in charge, immigration increased. And if you're concerned about immigration, you're not going to vote for the Conservatives. They can't defend the NHS because they ran it into the ground. They can't stand on some economic platform. Liz Truss is the response to that. So there's nothing the Conservatives can actually present to convince people to vote for them. So it's a sinking ship. And Tim Montgomerie joining Reform UK reinforces that. Because as I said, he was a sort of voice for members of the Conservative Party. This was a place where Conservative MPs would go to get feedback from their members. And the feedback has been pretty negative. The party has moved away from its core. The party is not delivering, did not deliver. The party is not interested in policies that Conservative voters want implemented, for example, caps on migration. So the Conservatives offer things knowing that they'll never actually achieve them, but they're offering these things in order to keep the Labour Party at bay. But now there is a new kid in town, Reform UK, and Reform can offer the sun, moon and stars knowing that they'll never actually have to deliver that. So this used to be what the Conservatives would do. So vote for us and we'll bring down immigration. They didn't bring down immigration, but the only other option for people was the Labour Party. And if you're a racist or bigot, you're not going to vote for the Labour Party. Generally not. But now there's a new option, Reform. And you can't outdo Nigel Farage. You can't out-racist Reform. So it makes sense if you're a political opportunist and you believe that you can sell your wares to the public again, start afresh, then it makes sense for somebody like this to join Reform. This is not about delivering things. This is not about the best for Britain. This is about politics. This is about selling things to people. It's about convincing people to vote for a political party, not because it's in their interest, but it's about power. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.